I guess talking about the decision for you first of all, back in the off season to decide to come here.
Man, it was really a crazy process. You know, my recruiting process was really all over the place, and I got a lot of opportunities. But as soon as like Auburn offered, I just did my research and just seeing more and more how this was going to be the best fit for me and my family. And I took a visit up here, and me and my wife did not want to leave this place. You know, it was the environment and just like the family-like atmosphere. You know, you can't get that anywhere else. And I did. I went and I took my visits, and I went to some really good places. You know, but nowhere really compared to this place. You know, and right when we came here, we felt the specialness that was going to happen this year, and like that was something that we were really excited to be a part of. And we really took our time. We really sorted everything out, and when it was time to make the decision, it was easy.
We talked to Vontrell, and he said that element of your game, that you have a very strong why for you and your family. Talk about that.
So, my daughter, my son, and it's my best friend, my wife. You know, every day I come out, I do it for them. You know, when we started this thing, me and my wife were young parents, and I made a promise to her that I will always take care of her. She don't have to worry about anything. I always love her the most. She don't have to ever worry about anything. And every day I come out and come to work, that's on my mind. You know, my wife and my kids. I want to create a great future for my kids, because you know I grew up from a real difficult background, and my parents are from Africa. So just having that, like knowing where I came from and knowing everything that I had to go through, like I would never want that for my kids. And every day I come out here and work, like I get the opportunity to do that for them, you know, and I get the opportunity to provide for my wife and to take care of my family, you know. So that's something I don't take lightly. That's something that I take personal every single day. And like everybody knows it, everybody feels it, like everybody knows my why. And every time I come out here, my why's in my mind.
How have they adjusted to living here past few months?
You know, my wife is from Texas, so she's really used to this heat, and she was actually really excited to come back, and like she loved the Southern hospitality from Austin, Texas, you know, and her parents are from Texas too, so like she grew up like that. We really only spent 1 year outside of Texas. We was in Indiana for 1 year, but I really was I was in West Texas for majority of my career, so really just getting back to that. They've really been loving it, and like as soon as we moved in, like we got neighbors making us baskets and stuff like that, and like really just a blessing to us. Like everybody here try to help us in a lot of ways, looking for ways to bless us, you know, and that's been something that I really appreciate it. You know, my wife, that means a lot to her, you know, and that's made the transition easy, like having people to help and not really having to worry about much, you know, and have people that just help, that make her welcome, you know, and that just make the move easier, you know, when you have people that makes you feel welcome and you have people that's willing to help, you know. So that's been a really amazing. They really loved it. My kids love it, you know. They love being able to really like enjoy this kind of community, you know. We take them all over, like we take them downtown all the time, and like we go by Tuma's Corner and all the fun things that's in that area. Like they go and get to experience that, you know, and I really love that they're getting to experience that, like especially on my last year, and them growing up in this kind of community is like really amazing.
You mentioned all the different stops that you've had in your career, starting in West Texas now to here at Auburn. How have you really just grown, not just with your game, but also within yourself compared to when you first started at Texas Tech?
I really, when it comes to maturity, you know, maturity is something that's really grown for me. You know, I had to grow up fast, you know, having a family, and my wife has really helped me in a lot of ways, helped me like really like overcome a lot of things, such as like just being more outgoing, and just from a schedule standpoint, like having family, you got to have a schedule, you have to have a good schedule, and like that's something she's really helped me with that. And when it comes to PR, you know, she's really worked with me like that, because I'm a shy person, believe it or not. But like she really worked with me on that, and like really just allowing me to be more open. You know, that's something when I came into college, I wasn't really an open guy. Like I was really to myself, and like I was able to do that and like really get to create more, like really get to get to enjoy more relationships. You know, like the relationship part of it is something that I really got to experience while I've been in college, and then like really when it comes to learning too, like my wife has helped me like with the playbook and stuff, like really me and her working one-on-one and just going over plays at night and watching film, and that's something that I really grown like while I've been in college. You know, like that's helped with my football IQ. When it comes to me being nervous and stuff like that, that's helped with my confidence. You know, and that's something that really has shown over the years. Like I've gotten better throughout seasons. I've gotten better every season, and that's the reason why. You know, so.
It's funny that you mentioned that you're a shy person. However, we spoke to a couple of your teammates earlier, and they described the energy that you bring throughout practice. Do you consider yourself an Energizer bunny when you guys get out to the field?
Oh yeah, I just love this game. Like I've been playing this game since I was young, and like watching the greats, like watching the all the great like D linemen that came through this game, and just for me and my mindset, like I think there's no other way to play the game. Like you got to come out here, you got to have fun, and like when I'm at practice, like it's like recess, you know, and that energy it feeds on other people, you know, like that's part of the reason like we have great practices too, cause like we never like if you see somebody that has energy, like you gonna have energy too, you know what I mean, like, and that's something that I really like take into account. Like I want to be someone that brings people up around me, you know, like I'm enjoying it. I want to make sure you're enjoying it. Like this, like remind you this is fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is fun. Every day we get to come out here and do this. You don't get to do this like too many times in your life, you know. So just people getting to feel that passion, that part of it, you know. That's why you see me like that. You know, I love this. I love this sport. You know.
Coach Durkin said he considers it a loaf when you guys don't celebrate. Has he been calling you guys out?
Oh yeah.
No, not you, probably.
I love Coach Durkin. You know, that's something I really enjoy about him. Like he's a real big energy guy, and yeah, he does consider that low because you know once it don't need to be you, but like when your teammates is out there making plays, like you should be happy for them. You know, like that energy it thrives. You know, it's contagious. You know, and I think that's something that's gonna come out during the season. The energy part of our defense. You know, and Coach Durkin making that a standard. That's something that's really going to show up, and that's something that has been a big thing for us this fall camp. That's why we've had the success we've had, because we as players have taken that, like made that standard and taken that serious, and like that is part of the reason like we kind of have a good practice every single day, you know, and part of that like Coach Dirk that makes that standard, and that is just natural, you know what I'm saying? It's natural now, so.
How has the D-line rotation gone? I know that's something they've talked about, getting a lot of guys to play, 6 or 7 guys.
I mean, the D-line rotation has been really good. You know, Coach B and the D staff has really done a great job bringing the right guys in that fits the culture, and we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of competitiveness going on, and like I love it because you know it's never a drop off. It don't matter who you put in the game, you're gonna get a dog. You know, and we got a room full of dogs, and that's gonna be our big advantage with every team we go and play. Like we got a room full of dogs, and no matter who go in, no matter who's a starter, like we got dudes that's gonna play hard and that's gonna be excited for each other. Like we don't got nobody that's selfish. Like we are all excited for each other when each other make plays. Like if one of my guys gonna make plays, and no matter what group you're in, like we are excited for you. Like that's something that we take serious, and that's just the brotherhood we got. You know, and I love that, and I love the rotation we got.
Yeah, physicality has been I would say, a buzzer word for this team, I would say. Do you think maybe matching that physicality level in the FCC, you think it's different compared to maybe the Big 12 or the Big 10 or some of the football that you played earlier?
I would say the practices that we have is one of the most physical practices I've been a part of. I played in the Big 12. You know, everybody knows like when you talk about these conferences, like it's been the trench play is different. You know, when I went to the Big 10, it was different from the Big 12, and now I'm in the SEC, the best conference that there is in the college football. Like the physicality is different, and like I love it. You know, we come out against the offense, we have physical practices every day, and we're making each other better, and we're competing, we're trash talking, like we are like iron is sharpening iron every single day, and part of that is being physical. Like you got to have a physical team, you know, because if you don't got a physical team, you go to games, you go get your face ran through. So that's something that we don't take lightly. Like we ain't gonna get our face ran through. Like every week we want to be the most physical team. So if we want to be the most physical team, we got to practice like that. And so that's something that I love. I love about really like being here, and then like I love about the SEC play. It's very physical. Like it's very it's gritty. So.
Freeze mentioned that maybe reeling things in a little bit to avoid injuries and kind of pulling back on the physicality. Is that tough for a defensive lineman to do?
Man. It's funny you say that because it's amazing. There's not too many head coaches out there that really cares about taking care of his players, especially during this time, like during this fall camp time, where like you really want to get your guys better, but it's like when you got an old team like this, like you gotta be able to take care of them, but also be able to get the competitiveness and the physicalness that you need. So I think Coach Freeze really does a great job with still getting what we need, but really taking care of us. And I think that's a part of the reason like we haven't had too many guys get injured, and if we have guys injured, they've been able to come back pretty quick. That's something that I can see that he really takes serious because of the structure, his practice structure, and like how we're lifting too throughout the week. Like we're lifting to really like we're still getting stronger, but like they're actually still taking care of our bodies. I think Coach Dom does a great job with that. And then I think Coach Freeze does a good job with that, with how he's making his practice and taking some of the physical off of us sometimes, but like still implementing the things that we need in practice.
You played a lot of games, and you ran out of the tunnel pretty soon for that first game as an Auburn Tiger. Is it a little bit different this time around? I know you've been around for a while, just to be able to visualize running out of the tunnel for that first time.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's really gonna be different this time because playing in the Jordan Hare, like I've heard so much great things about it, and this not even the Jordan Hare, like this is the SEC, like football is just different in this conference, and the fans here are just different, like from anywhere I've been, and like just taking that into account, just like really reeling all that in, and like really getting the experience that like it's really gonna be different, like the energy is gonna be different. Like I really just can't wait to get out in the stadium and play for my Auburn family. I think from that aspect is different, and from the how crazy this stadium is, and everybody know that when we walk in the Jordan Hare Stadium, like you better bring it, and that's something that that's that switch we got flipped when you get in that stadium, and that's something I'm so excited to go do. And on my last year, get to play in the stadium, get to play in front of fans like the fans we get to play in front of.